If you're currently living in California and considering a move to Texas, specifically the North Dallas area, this video is going to help you understand something super important. Why so many people from California are not just choosing Texas, but the North Dallas suburbs in particular when they decide to relocate here. Because over the past several years, thousands of Californians have relocated to cities like Prosper, Celina, Frisco, Little Elm, McKinney, and many other great surrounding suburbs. And if you're researching a move here, you've probably already become familiar with a few of those cities. But the reason people are choosing Dallas might not be what you think. Most people assume it's about cheaper housing, which, I mean, let's be honest, is partially true, but housing is only part of the story. There are three much bigger reasons Californians are choosing this area. And understanding these will really help you decide if Dallas and the surrounding areas are where you want to put down roots when you make the move to Texas. And hey, if you're in that boat of thinking of making a move to Texas, be sure to subscribe. I do a weekly video about these North Dallas suburbs that can really help you make a decision. Okay, now let's talk about why so many people from California are moving here. And the first reason is going to be their employers are moving here first. Now, that one may seem a little bit obvious with corporate relocation, but where the big companies are going to go where they can maximize their value and their profits. And over the past several years, several companies have made that transition from California to Texas. Toyota being one of them, they've relocated their headquarters here. Charles Schwab just moved their headquarters to Westlake. JP Morgan Chase expanded several of their major campuses into Plano. And there's several other technology companies that have made that move here. They moved here for several reasons, which we'll get into in a moment. But whenever the companies move thousands of people here, they kind of give them the choice of either move with us if they can't work remote or go find a new job. And most of them have chosen to move to Texas with the company and settled on the North Dallas suburbs. But something else that's interesting is even people that aren't relocating for work choose North Texas. Because once you understand the second factor that's driving this trend of moving into Texas, it all really starts to make sense. So let's jump into that now. Now, of course, there's a huge financial difference, not just for individuals like yourself, but also the big companies that are choosing to relocate here. Now, in many Californian cities, the average home price is $1 million, and that's not gonna get you a lot in a ton of cities. It may be a standard 3-bed, 2-bath starter home with that $1 million price tag. Versus here in North Texas, you can get some great starter homes in some areas in the high 2s, all the way into the low 4s. And that's pretty reasonable, especially if you're coming from a higher cost of living state like California. And if you want luxury, you know, Prosper, Celina, Frisco, McKinney, Plano, a ton of the suburbs here in North Texas have that same quality for sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars less than what you may get in your state. Now, another huge reason is Texas does not have a state income tax. That alone for many families is tens of thousands of dollars in savings, and that can justify the move just in itself. Now, your gas prices are also lower. Right now, gas prices, they did make a pretty big jump with what's going on between America and Iran. But nonetheless, they're still lower than when I was in California a month ago, and they were like $5 a gallon there. Right now, they're anywhere between like $2.30 to $3 a gallon. Now, business taxes are often also lower, which is why so many companies are moving here. Now, with Texas, you do have property taxes, which are going to be a lot higher than most states. But with that state income tax, a lot of families still end up saving money when they make the move here. So when people from California move here, financially, they can stretch their money a lot further. But once people actually move here, they discover they didn't just improve their finances, they really enjoyed the lifestyle a lot more. If you are considering a move, whether that's from California or from a different state or just here locally in DFW, reach out to me. My team and I help people relocate here all the time and would love to help you make a smooth move, understand the North Dallas suburbs, and make sure we find a great home and community that checks all the boxes and fits all your needs. So all our contact info is below, and I'd love to help. Now, let's talk about the lifestyle and what that really looks like when you move here. North Dallas has grown rapidly over the last 2 decades, but unlike many cities that really expand and grow way too quickly and it becomes a complete mess, a lot of the North Dallas cities have really planned for that growth. And while you still have a little bit of bumps and growing pains, it's a lot better than what we've seen. Cities like Frisco, Prosper, McKinney, Celina, they invested heavily in schools, parks, infrastructure, master planned communities, and their family-friendly neighborhoods. So the growth feels a lot more intentional, and you're not having to wait as long for the infrastructure to catch up. Many of these neighborhoods are going to have your walking trails, hiking and biking, community pools. A lot of them have pickleball courts now. Of course, you have your basketball, tennis courts, a ton of really great amenities. And a lot of the school districts are super highly rated, which is of course super attractive if you're a family relocating from out of state. Of course, you still want to make sure your kids have a great education. And North Texas has some of the top rated school districts in all of Texas. Another big bonus is a ton of these homes and communities are way newer, they feel super modern, and they're a lot more well-organized feeling than some of those older suburbs you may get if you relocated elsewhere. Or just some of the older suburbs here in North Texas. A lot of families, they get a lot more space when they relocate here. Newer homes, a lot less congestion, a really strong local community that they really enjoy when they move in and start to get settled in and meet some of the neighbors. Which is why a ton of people that move here wish they made the move even sooner than they did. So of course, Texas is a huge state. Why are so many people, whether from California, New Jersey, Georgia, or just Houston, why are they moving to North Dallas specifically? And that's a great question. One of the many reasons is the job opportunity. There's so many headquarters that move here, relocate, expand. This region has become one of the fastest growing job hubs in the country. You have those large corporate campuses that attract thousands of employees, and with all those employees, that creates more demand in the other job sectors like restaurants, retail, services, and it's just convenient. Now, I've lived in Dallas my whole life, so I can't compare it to like, hey, I've lived in Chicago or Los Angeles, but I have everything I need here. If I need to go shopping for clothes, dining, restaurants, retail, right? Everything's there. We've got Buc-ee's. I mean, we've got the best gas station, which they have expanded. It's not exclusive to Texas anymore, but if you've never been to a Buc-ee's, you've got to experience it. Cookie dough bites, beef jerky. I'm not a Buc-ee nugget fan, but a ton of people like the Buc-ee nuggets. But beef jerky and cookie dough, top two, no doubt. But anyways, right, that's one of the reasons. Buc-ee's is not a reason to move here. It is a reason to come visit. But what's something you should know before you decide to move here? First off, it's hot as hell in the summer. It's March 4th today, and it was like 92 degrees. Not complaining. I'd rather have the heat than the cold personally, but just know it does get super hot, and I think this summer is going to be a hot one, right? 110, 115. Last year, decided to do my big day of yard work on the hottest day of the year. Unfortunate timing, but it worked out. Nonetheless, let's get into some other things you should know before moving. Of course, it's growing super quickly. Celina, for example, back in 2010 was a city of 6,000. Today, it's a city of 55,000, and by 2030, they're expecting that to be at 100,000 or more. And that's not the only city growing like crazy right now. Neighborhoods are being built up constantly. There's the Fields of Frisco, that's 2,500 acres, and you have Legacy Hills in Celina, that's 3,200 acres. Both of those are going to be being built out over the next several years. So there's a lot more development, a lot more construction that is happening and going to be happening. That takes us into knowing about your commutes, right? Depending where you choose to live, commute times are going to vary significantly, and two houses that are 5 minutes apart can have a completely different commute time and change your experience with that city and moving to Texas entirely. Another thing too is each little city kind of has its own character and personality. You want to make sure you fit into that and enjoy it, so otherwise you're going to be regretting the move. Most of them are super family oriented, but of course some lean that way more than others. Some are a little more urban and spread out, and there's a little bit more space, not as busy, slower paced lifestyle. And then you have some that are just booming and growing extremely quickly where the roads and infrastructure can't keep up. And right now it can be a little bit of a nightmare to move into. That's why so many relocation buyers spend so much time researching, each suburb to know where they want. And that's what I'm here for, right? Reach out to me. I can shorten that learning curve a little bit for you and get you pointed in the right direction and figure out, hey, I think Frisco would be good, or maybe Prosper would be better. Plano is more what you're looking for, right? I can help kind of match make there. So I'm curious, if you're watching this and have already made the move, leave a comment down below. Let me know something I missed. If you're moving here, let me know something you want to know. Overall, Dallas is a great city. I think you're going to enjoy the move if you make it here. I'd love to help be a part of it. You're going to get a lot more opportunity, affordability. Of course, you get way more house than you do, out in your more expensive state if you're moving from California, and everyday items are just a lot cheaper here. So if that is you, you're planning a move, whether it's the next 9 days or 9 months when you're gonna be here, reach out to me. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition and help you understand the different neighborhoods, housing options, or communities here that would be the best fit for you and your family. And like I said, be sure to subscribe. I do a video every Friday at 6 p.m. that breaks down a new suburb or video, comparison of a couple different cities. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.